Hi, everybody. Welcome. My name is Angela. This is Essential Oils 101, and I'm so excited to be teaching you guys tonight. This is going to be a fun, action-packed class. So if you know how to comment, go ahead and comment in the chat there. And we have a little giveaway that we're going to be doing. So it's going to be super exciting. We're going to have a question and answer at the end. So tell us where you're tuning in from. I'd love to know. My name is Angela, and I am from Tacoma, Washington. I actually started using essential oils 5 years ago because I had an injury in my foot. It was an overuse injury and I had pain, and that actually helped me to get back to where I can exercise and walk. And so I went from this exercising too much, causing the injury, not being able to walk, so definitely not being able to exercise. Barely could walk up the stairs in my house. I looked like a really old person, and that I could barely even stand up straight at one point. But the oils helped me when doctors would not, or could not, I should say, and then essentially would not, because they're like, oh, there's nothing else we can do for you. Good luck. And so that's what began my essential oil journey. My sister had been using essential oils for a couple of months for migraines, and they were working really well for her. So she introduced me to Young Living and helped me to figure out what oils I should start with. I applied them topically on my foot, and that was like game changer for me because I was able to start walking and exercising again. And as you can see now, I'm standing, so I'm doing better. But after using essential oils for about a year, I discovered an oily fix for my golden retriever's separation anxiety. I'm going to share the details a little bit later. It's frankincense, but that really started my passion for dogs. And now I know all kinds of tips and tricks for using essential oils for my dogs. And I actually have, for the last 2 to 3 years, been teaching a Monday night workshop in our Facebook group called The Hangout, where it's about 10 minutes. It's a live video, and I share tips and tricks of how to use essential oils properly with animals. And so that actually developed into this class. So now we're going to be talking about all the ways to use essential oils with your animals and what's safe and what's good for them. And there's just lots of different ways to use them and benefit from them. So those of you who are already oily, I'd love to know and have you share what is your favorite essential oil to use for your animals, or what's your animal's favorite essential oil. I always say my dog's favorite is frankincense. That's Ben. He's my golden retriever, and he's 10 years old. So frankincense is his favorite, and then Grizzly, he's my 12-year-old chocolate lab, and Copaiba is his favorite, and then Bela is my new husband's 16-year-old pit bull mix, and she just goes with whatever. I don't know if she has a favorite, but I definitely use oils on her too. So tonight we're going to be talking about the premium starter kit. So let me know who's already bought one, who hasn't. Share that in the comments. And the thing that I love about the premium starter kit is it comes with 12 oils that are like the most popular everyday use oils. So you're going to get a ton of benefit from them. I'm specifically talking about your animals tonight, but there's great human uses. Many of them are the same things that I'm talking about, but it's just a little bit different, maybe application, or you use it a little differently on yourself than you would your dog or your cat or your other animal. So horses or whatever. Any animal could pretty much use oils and benefit from them. So the premium starter kit is $165. So let me tell you this, oils are not cheap. They're an investment, but here's what I will tell you for sure that I can promise you is that once you get your oils and you use them daily, they will change your life. And you'll be like, that was $165, absolutely worth it. So just know that I've never met a single person who bought their oils and actually used them and regretted it. Like everybody's life is changed by oils that I've ever met or talked to. So I'd love to know, share in the comments who invited you to the class or who shared this class with you, because there's lots of great information that's going to be shared tonight. The number one thing that's most important is where do you start? And that's with quality. Absolutely by far the most important. So with Young Living, I am really grateful and blessed that my sister did like 20 hours of research before choosing Young Living. And she then brought all that research to me and just told me, this is the best company and why. The number one reason for that is the seed to seal promise, where Young Living is very meticulous and particular about everything from the time there's a seed, before it's even planted in the ground and it becomes lavender, or it becomes Idaho blue spruce, or whatever it might be that we're talking, you know, whatever plant or essential oil it is. Young Living takes great care of it from that time that it's a seed to when it's planted, when it's at the farm, with weeding that's done by hand. And they're very green, and there are no chemicals, no herbicides, pesticides, toxins. The essential oils aren't diluted to go further. They're just amazing quality, high quality. So what you find is that the essential oils benefit you in ways that cheaper ones do not, and you don't have issues or reactions to them necessarily. You're just really getting the benefit of the essential oil. So that's one of the things that I love about that. Again, they're not adulterated, they are not diluted, and you'll find a lot of benefits. So how can you use essential oils? There's 3 different ways. It's topical, internal, and aromatic. Aromatic means diffused. So you can see my diffuser that I have going right here. So a couple of safety things to be aware of when you're using essential oils with animals is that you want to dilute them. My favorite way to dilute them is with V6. This is a vegetable oil. So V6 means 6 different vegetable oils that are combined together. Now, the reason that I pretty much just use that one is because I know the quality of Young Living that I was just talking about, and I trust that and want to know that it's good. But you can use any carrier oil to dilute. So I always recommend first cold pressed and organic whenever possible, so that you know, again, it's good quality. And then you are going to, different examples of carrier oils are olive oil, coconut oil, jojoba oil, anything really that's a fatty carrier oil. So a fatty carrier oil is a larger particle, and it makes it so that it's slower to absorb. The essential oil is slower to absorb when combined with it, because essential oils have tiny, tiny little particles, and they absorb very quickly. So if they absorb very quickly, then they're going to be more potent and more strong. So the carrier oil makes it go further and last longer, absorb slower. Now, so think about it. If you have a small dog, so like a 10-pound dog or a cat, you're going to dilute more. So you may have 1 drop of essential oil with 10 drops of a carrier oil. But if you have a dog that are like mine are 60 to 70 pounds, then I dilute 50-50. And then if you have a horse, you may not dilute at all. So you might start with just a couple of drops, but on a horse, think of that much larger than even a human, then you maybe even use like 10 drops of essential oil once they get used to it and you've introduced them to it. So and just know that there's differences. And when you're working with cats or small animals like rabbits, birds, then you're going to dilute more. Small dogs, you're going to dilute more than you would a large dog. So always start small and increase slowly, and err on the side of caution if you're unsure. My dogs have been using essential oils for years, daily. So I'm diffusing all the time. I'm applying topically. They get them in their food every day. And so they have a lot of benefits and a lot of exposure to it. That's why I don't really worry about it. Sometimes even if I'm using a mild oil, I don't dilute it at all, like frankincense, because I know my dogs love it. I've tested it with them, which I'm going to talk to you about, but they've done really well with it and they like it a lot. So one of the most common questions that I get asked is, what oil should I use? And I will tell people, let your dog choose, or your cat, your animal, choose the essential oil. So I have an example here with frankincense and stress away. I'm going to put it on, yeah, you can see this. So pretend that this is your floor. And so I'm going to take the lid off of it. I'm going to set the frankincense down, and then I'm going to set the stress away down. And if this was on my real floor in my house, I would actually probably have them like 2 feet apart. So you're going to sit it down, and then you're going to allow your animal to approach them. So whichever one that they approach, because frankincense and stress away are both for reducing stress, calming, grounding, oils, and whichever one they approach is the one that you should use. They are attracted to it. So you should never force an essential oil on an animal. You always want to introduce them and let them make the choice. Now, maybe they go up to both of them. Then they would benefit from both of them. You could use both. But if you're trying to decide which one might benefit them more, then that's a great way to see. So if they lick, then that is a positive response. They like it. If they turn and walk away, then they don't like it. It's not something that you should force with them, or, you know, like make them do. Now, when you're diffusing the essential oils, don't lock your animals in a room. So you wouldn't turn on a diffuser, have your animal in the room, and close the door. Because, again, if they don't like it, then they can't get away from it. But if they can get away, then they'll be fine. They can just leave the room if they don't like it. This is something I diffuse essential oils every night. I leave my bedroom door open, but I do have a baby gate. But again, it's oils that I've been using with my dogs for a long time, and I know that they like it. I've tested it with them, and they benefit from it and really do like them. And now, dogs, or even any animal, their sense of smell is much more sensitive or stronger than ours. So they're 10,000 times more sensitive, their nose is, than ours. Something to be aware of. So if you have an essential oil sitting across the room, they can smell it, and that's strong enough for them. They can get benefits by breathing it in and get the aromatic benefits like from a diffuser, and it doesn't necessarily have to be right there, right next to them for them to get those benefits. Just be aware of that and know that, for example, if you want to introduce your dog to an oil, you can take the lid off of it and sit it on the island in the kitchen. If they're hanging out in the kitchen, then they're going to smell it and get exposed to it. It's so important to always introduce the oils in a positive environment. So think about the things that your animal likes. Is it a car ride? Is it playing ball? If it's a cat, maybe they have a favorite little toy. Same thing with like a hamster or a rabbit or any other kind of animal. They have a favorite toy, or they have a positive situation that they like. Sitting and watching TV with you. I think I might have mentioned going for a walk. Those are the times when you want to use essential oils. If they get really excited when you come home, then you can put in a drop of essential oil on your shoe. Or same thing, if you're going for a walk, you can put a drop of essential oil on your shoe or on their leash, part of their leash that's going to be near your hand. So it's far away from their nose. It's not too strong, or they're not going to be too sensitive to it, but they're going to get exposed to it. Those are great times to use essential oils. Know that when you have essential oils on you, you become a walking diffuser for your animal, and they're going to get exposed to it then. So they're always being exposed, whether it's being diffused, even in another room of your house, because they're going to get close to it. They're going to be near it from time to time, and you're a diffuser, that type of thing. So they're getting a lot of exposure in many different ways through you and the application that you're doing for them. So let's talk about topical. So the places that I apply essential oils, mostly to my dogs, going to be along the spine. It's farther away from the nose because I talked about how sensitive the nose can be. The belly is a great place, or the tail. So when you apply them on the tail, then it actually becomes like a diffuser, especially if your dog is like mine, where he is always like super excited and happy, and his tail is always going. It's like a fan. He loves it. I pretty much never apply, I shouldn't say never, almost never apply essential oils to the face. I never apply them to the nose. Now, my husband's dog has a little like lump thing on the side of her face. And I do have a heavily diluted frankincense that I apply on that for her to keep it at bay so that it doesn't get like full or grow larger. And other than that, I really don't. Like anytime, so like you can imagine the dog's ears, their flappy ears folded down. I try to keep it behind the ear, so it's really from the neck back. And most of the time it's at least on the spine, so from the shoulders back. Are just my typical or preferred places for applying them. So as I mentioned, tonight we're talking about the Premium Starter Kit oils, and these are the 12 oils. You get a diffuser with it, and this is the reason it's most popular. As I mentioned, it's $165 when you buy it as a package. That gets you a lifetime wholesale membership, and if you bought all these items individually, it'd be like $410. So it's obviously a no-brainer because it's like a 60% discount, and it's the only item in our product catalog that has that much of a discount. So we'll start with my favorite, which is So Ningxia Red, you actually get 2 pouches of this Ningxia Red. These are 2-ounce pouches. You get 2 of these in the premium starter kit, so you can taste them. You can taste one, you can give one to your animal. But this is great for immune support. It really supports all the body systems. And so when all your body systems are working well together, your immune system is stronger, your focus, your energy, it's high in antioxidants. It just really is very balancing. You also will notice that your emotions are more balanced when all your body systems are in alignment. This I order every single month, well, pretty much every month on Essential Rewards. And is there anybody else that does that? Let me know in the comments if that's something that you order on Essential Rewards, because it's a no-brainer. It's our rewards program, so you actually get it for a better price on there. The price is still wholesale, but then you earn rewards on top of it. So I absolutely love that. And I ordered a bunch of stock, so for my wedding, and then ended up having a big wedding. So I actually don't need any right now, but I'll start ordering it again next month. But that one is huge. And so I'll actually talk a little more about the program a little later, but that is a big one that we drink and our animals drink. So if you have a small animal, again, think about it, you could dilute it more. So you could do like start out with a teaspoon of this, or even a half a teaspoon with a couple tablespoons of water. I personally give my dogs 2 tablespoons, each dog, all 3 of them, gets 2 tablespoons in the morning and 2 tablespoons in the evening, and it's mixed in with their food. So liquid food, there's salmon oil in it, so it's diluted, but they've been drinking it for a few years. So pretty much the same amount of time as myself. The first oil we're going to talk about is frankincense. So frankincense is Ben. He's my golden retriever. It's his favorite oil. And this one's really great for skin issues. Like I was mentioning, the pit bull, we actually put it on the little lump that's on her face. If you have dogs that have lumps like along their sides or anywhere from as they get older, there's those little fatty lumps, and you don't want them to turn into something more serious, then frankincense is a great one for that. So actually just have it in a roller, and it works really well for it. But the main reason that this is our favorite is because it's the oil that helped my golden retriever get past his separation anxiety. So we diffuse this daily. If there are scary noises or anything like that, I actually use it. I apply it topically to his belly. So if I take a drop and put it on my hands, rub my hands together, he literally will lay down and roll over so I can rub his belly. And I'll even apply it or give it to him internally with organic pumpkin if he is stressed out from noises. A couple weeks ago, we had 2 thunderstorms on a Saturday, it was a week and a half ago, and I used this one for him so that it helps him to just be calm and grounded. And the reason that I discovered this, or the story when I discovered it, is we were living in a home where we lived a couple miles from the fairgrounds. It was December, and it was a Friday night. I was reading, and the dogs were sleeping. And so it was pretty quiet in our house. We had the diffuser going. Frankincense was in the diffuser. And I started hearing fireworks. Normally, my dog would freak out, literally like climbing the walls, digging through the carpet, destroying the couch or the pillows, like freak out crazy. At points before I became aware of essential oils, I actually used medications. And then he was just like a drunk man stumbling around at the bar kind of thing. And so I was sitting there, and I noticed that he kind of moved a little bit, but didn't really fully wake up from the fireworks, but I could hear them. So I knew he could hear them. And then when there was like the finale, he woke up, but he just kind of sat there and listened. He didn't actually freak out. And so I was like, what? This is crazy. What is happening? I had no idea. Obviously, I didn't have frankincense in the diffuser on purpose because I didn't know this was going to happen. And so then I kind of started thinking about it and realized that that's what it was, that it was the frankincense. So I started researching frankincense, found about the benefits of it being really calming and grounding. And so I started using it, and using it in a lot of situations so that he was prepared, or that we were prepared when we needed it. And it was just night and day for us. Absolutely amazing. So I love, love, love frankincense for that reason. The next one we're going to talk about is lavender. Lavender can be really great. So you tell me if anybody's on that loves lavender and if it works for the dog. So again, very calming. It's known as the Swiss Army knife of oils. And for some dogs or cats that have fears of thunder, fireworks, sounds, and noises, this one can actually be a really good one for them. So it's one that you might play with or try. It didn't necessarily work for us. And so I was looking for something different and something more. And that's why I'm glad that we kind of stumbled on frankincense. The next one is peace and calming. This is another one that Ben likes to have put on his belly. So again, I just put a drop on my hands, rub them together, rub it on his belly, and it helps to calm him. So sometimes I might combine it with frankincense, or actually I'll combine frankincense with stress away. Those are some of my most common ones. Now at night, my nighttime diffuser blend is those three that I just talked about: frankincense, lavender, and peace and calming. I do 2 drops of each in the diffuser, and it's amazing for sleep. So I like that for nighttime. Stress away, again, as I mentioned, this is one that I diffuse with frankincense pretty much every day when I leave. I put 2 to 3 drops of frankincense and stress away, each oil, in the diffusers, and that's what is really good for my dog. Now, used to, because of the separation anxiety and the noise, fear, sounds, I started diffusing these, and previously he would try to get out the door. So literally I'd open the door to leave, and he would literally sneak between my leg and like the door frame. So it was just a small little space. He would just, make his way through there because he didn't want me to leave. Now with these, and since my discovery of frankincense helping with the sounds and the things that scared him, I'm able to use these oils, and he actually lays at the top of the stairs and watches me. Doesn't try to get out, doesn't freak out. He just sleeps, and he's super chill and totally fine. So I'm super grateful to oils for that, because I have had to remodel houses before. So amazing stuff. Now, another one that's really calming and grounding is Valor. Valor is good for a lot of animals, and it's called actually, it's got a couple of nicknames: Courage in a bottle and Chiropractor in a bottle. So I do apply this one a lot to their spine, is the way that I'll use it. When I've taken Grizzly to the chiropractor, I'll apply it before chiropractic, because it helps to relax the tendons, ligaments, muscles, and joints, so the vertebrae can be adjusted better or easier. And then applied after a chiropractic adjustment, this is good because it helps the adjustment hold longer. So it helps to reduce inflammation, and you get that benefit from it. Horses love this one. This is a favorite among horses. Young Living has horses. And when I was at the Essential Oil Animal Convention, or not convention, but I'm trying to think of what the event was called. But it was like a conference, Essential Oil and Animals Conference. I took this and was letting the horses smell it, and they absolutely love it. And they actually try to take it out of your hand. So you have to like grip it and hold it really tight, because they want it. Obviously I didn't want to have a horse that swallowed a bottle of essential oil. That was, my responsibility or fault. But the one story that I loved at the conference more than any other one was one of the veterinarians that works in animal rescue, talking about Valor and how they used it with this dog that I think had gone from a couple of homes, was hiding behind people, tail tucked, had been kind of bullied by other dogs. They kind of growled at it and stuff through the fence or the cage and that. And they thought, well, we're just going to try this. So they took the lid off of Valor and set it on the floor. They're in an office. And it was like 30 seconds, 20 or 30 seconds, where the dog untucks his tail and comes out from behind the vet that he was sitting behind and starts to socialize with people. So that's a really cool story. And then they put a drop between his shoulders, and then he was back in his kennel, and the dog that had previously growled at him, he returned and actually growled at that dog. So he stood up for himself, and it was just through the fence. So obviously nothing happened, but I thought that's a really cool story of how it actually is good for courage and helping dogs. So I thought that was a really fun story that I absolutely loved when we were at convention. Next is Thieves. So Thieves is one of my favorites to kill germs. So I would highly recommend diffusing this. We diffuse it a lot. A lot of times we'll combine it with either lemon or citrus fresh. So I'll actually show you those two. because these two I don't necessarily use topically on my dogs or anything, but for stinky dog smells, it's amazing. So combining killing the germs and for better smell, I live in Washington where there's wet dog smells, and I'm always looking for ways to make sure that my house smells as good as possible with having 3 dogs in it and that. So absolutely love those. Thieves is the only thing that I would trust on surfaces that my dogs can walk on. And so one of the things that does not come in the starter kit, but I highly recommend adding to your starter kit or your next Essential Rewards order, is the Thieves Household Cleaning Concentrate. So this is something like $23. It's not exact, but pretty close. I think it's maybe 22 and some change. But this is awesome because this is a concentrate. So you actually make your own cleaner. It has recipes on the back, whether you're making all-purpose cleaner, glass cleaner, and you can, of all-purpose cleaner, you can make 30 bottles of it, and it's like 80 cents a bottle. So it's better than organic cleaners. It's the only thing that I would trust to use on my floors where my dogs are going to walk, or if you have cats, where they're going to walk and then lick their paws. They lick their paws all the time. They use it to bathe themselves, especially cats. So you definitely want to make sure that the cleaner you're using is high quality and very good. So this is better than any organic cleaner, and it's much less in price. So, I mean, you think about it, $10 to $12 for an organic cleaner, and it still has artificial ingredients and fragrances and things that aren't good for your animals. But this you don't have to worry about because it's all plant-based, and there's nothing that your animals are gonna, have any issues or reaction with. So it's not on the kit, but if you can add it in, I would highly, highly recommend it. The next thing we're going to talk about is DiGize. So DiGize is great for upset stomach. So the other night, Sunday night, Grizzly vomited in the middle of the night, and this was the first time that it happened since I've been married to my husband. So like totally, like it's the middle, like 2 a.m. or something. I don't even know what time, but like totally asleep. And I hear that sound, and I literally just sat up in bed. I'm totally awake. And I'm like, Grizzly just threw up. And I knew which dog it was without even like seeing him and that. And my husband was like, how did you even know? How did that wake you up? It's just like this motherly instinct. So those of you who have fur kids, if this has ever happened, like that vomiting sound, you know it. Or if you have children, you just know, it wakes you up. There's something about it. And so what I did, I had this sitting next to my bed. I go and I grab it. It's on my husband's side of the bed. So I go around the bed, I grab this, I put a couple drops on my hands, I rub my hands together. And as I'm over there with him and consoling him to make sure that he's like okay as possible, I'm just rubbing it on his belly, petting him along his spine, and putting this oil on him. And then once he was fine and he was calm, and I knew that he wasn't going to get sick anymore, I cleaned it up. And I actually used the Thieves cleaning concentrate for cleaning it up. So I love that. Again, it's safe for our animals. It works really well, and it's good. Next one that we're going to talk about is peppermint. This is another great option for vomiting, but it's a lot more potent. So personally, I know that my dogs don't like it as well, so that's why I go to DiGize, but it can be used. Now, one of the ways that I used to use this, because it's great for freshening breath, is you can have 2 water bowls. One of them, you can put a drop of peppermint in, and the other one is plain. Again, you always want to give your animal a choice, so that's why I would have 2, and I still have 2. But peppermint is very, very potent. So 1 drop, and my water bowls are about 1 gallon. So it's a large water bowl, and a little bit goes a long way. So again, it's pure, it's potent. You don't have to worry about using very much because you're going to get the results with just a little bit. And actually now I don't use the peppermint for the water bowl because a lot of times I found that the dogs were going for the plain one. So what I actually use now is the Thieves mouthwash. And I put just a teeny tiny little, probably ½ teaspoon in there. And they actually drink that more than the plain water. So I love that. Respiratory issues. I don't have a lot of respiratory issues, but if your animals do, a good one is going to be Raven. So Raven is great for respiratory issues. You can apply it along the spine to help them breathe easier, or you can diffuse it. And you're going to see a lot of benefits with that one. So it's a really great oil, and it's a combination of different oils. So next, Panaway. Panaway, this is actually the last one. So Panaway is really great if you think of it, if it was spelled differently, Panaway. So Grizzly has arthritis and joint issues. So this is going to be really great for soothing, relieving, and anti-inflammatory. So I actually just applied this earlier on Grizzly. He has issues in his shoulders and his elbows, I guess it would be, elbows or knees, whichever that is, on a dog. And I just put a little bit on my hands, again, rub it in, and then I just massage it on him, and he's able to relax and gets pain relief. So absolutely love that. So before we move it on and open it up to questions, I just want to, again, review. We talked about the premium starter kit tonight. $165. It's a 60% discount. So that's the reason that it's the most popular item that we have in our catalog. And I recommend buying the starter kit on Essential Rewards, which is also called ER. And when you do right now, I forgot to grab mine. Actually, no, I have it right here. So when you do right now, you get a free bottle of citronella. This is the large bottle, so it's a 15 ml. The others that I was holding up were a 5 ml. So this is 3 times the size of it. So citronella is amazing for keeping the bugs away. Going into summer, you can diffuse it on your porch. You can apply it topically. I actually have it in my bug away spray that I spray on my dogs. And you actually get this free. So just for buying on the Essential Rewards program. So it's a 13th bottle of oil for free. And for those of you that are looking for long-term, you want to be healthier, you want to be chemical free, you want the Ningxia Red to support your immune system, it's kind of a no-brainer to get it on Essential Rewards, because our Essential Rewards program is a monthly box program, kind of like BarkBox, but way better, where you get to choose what you get every month. So you're going to choose, you want Ningxia Red, or you're going to stock up on Ningxia Red, and then the next couple of months you're going to get the Thieves cleaner and V6, and maybe restock your Lavender. So it's totally whatever you put in your cart is what gets shipped to you on the date that you set it up. You can change the date, it's fully flexible, and every purchase that you make, you actually earn points that start out at 10%. Target doesn't give you 10% back. I've never heard of any card, like a rewards credit card, giving you that percentage. And it actually then increases. After 3 months, it goes to 20%. And after 24 months, or in your 25th month, it goes to 25%. So in addition to getting wholesale pricing, you're getting a 10 to 20%, 25% back, and you spend that as cash. So I most commonly get frankincense for free with those points. So literally, I save up my points. Right now, I think I have like $155, and I'm going to get some free frankincense probably this month. I need to go and look at my stock. But I use that to get whatever I want or need. I could even use it to restock on my Ningxia Red if I wanted to. So it's just a really great program. I love that. And it's a loyalty program. So the longer that you're on the program, you actually also get free bottles of oil. So after 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and 12 months, you get a free bottle of oil. And then every year on your oil anniversary or oil anniversary, you get a free bottle of oil. So it's a great program, really cool. And I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording as we bring it up to do the giveaway and the question and answer. So thank you so much for joining us. Again, my name is Angela. I'm super passionate about animals, and I was really glad to have you guys all here with us. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.